From Studio K at Foxboro Cable Access.
Saffron is essentially the stamen of a rose.
Feeling creative?
Sage has a great flavor.
Is your palate needing a new challenge? Well, let's cook with Mike Damasio.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Studio K. I'm Mike Damasio and this is Let's Cook with Mike. Today we have a really nice dish. It's going to bring you the flavors of the summer with a lot of winter and winter vegetables and flavors. So what we're going to do today is a grilled salmon with a balsamic reduction on a bed of quinoa pilaf topped with a grapefruit and avocado kale slaw. It's going to be a delicious dish when it's all done. I can't wait to get started, so let's get started. Let's cook. So first thing we're going to do is, since we have some things that take up some time today, we're going to start off with cooking the quinoa and reducing the balsamic for the salmon. So we're going to get my grills going here. Okay, so just make the quinoa. First thing we're going to do is get a little mirepoix going. Mirepoix of just carrot and onion. We're going to do a really small brunoise. Cut the carrot down. Small little dice is a small brunoise. We're going to make little pieces here. Again, I always stress in my shows that I like the uniformity of the vegetables cut. I think it just adds to the dish at the end when everything's looking sharp and clean together. That should be plenty of carrots. And a little bit of white onion. I'm going to put a little oil in the pan as the pans are heating up nicely. Same thing, just another nice small dice here of the onion. Everything nice and uniform. Ready to be sauteed. We're just going to saute up these onions and carrots. Let them get a little translucent. Hitting start would have helped. Heat up. These heat up nice and fast. The induction ovens are very, very quick to heat up, so it's very good. They'll cook up in just a second. And for the balsamic reduction, very easy. That's another thing that's going to take just a little bit, is we have this great balsamic vinegar here. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to cook this and reduce it down to about half. I'm going to put about a cup of balsamic in here. That's by eye. All right, while we wait for these vegetables to go, I'll talk a little bit more about the dish we're going to do. So as I said in the beginning, a lot of winter flavors, winter vegetables. The kale, great time of year for kale, grapefruit and avocado. And you know, we're going to bring all these flavors together. It sounds like it's a lot of different flavors, but the flavors are going to come together really nicely. We have these beautiful pieces of salmon. It's beautiful cuts. I like the nice thick middle cuts. Very beefy, good amount of fat to give them the flavor. All right, so we are sauteing up our vegetables here. As they start to cook down just a little bit. Alright, get the quinoa ready. Next thing we're going to do is make the dressing. It's a very simple dressing, just lime and honey and a little bit of salt and pepper. So I use real lime, not the lime juice that you buy, but nice real lime. We're going to try to extract all the juice out of this lime. Going to give us about 2 tablespoons worth. I'm just making a dish here enough for 2 people. So we get about a nice tablespoon of lime juice from the fresh lime. You can see the balsamic is simmering nicely. The vegetables for my quinoa pilaf becoming nice and transparent. Alright, so now I'm going to take the quinoa and just put that right in. And quinoa, you make it, it's a gluten-free. This whole meal is going to be a gluten-free meal, so it's great for those with the gluten issue. And you make quinoa just like you would make a rice. So it's I have a half a cup of quinoa and a cup of chicken stock. Okay, we're going to let that cook down. That's going to take about 10-15 minutes. And again, that'll come together just like rice. It'll absorb all the stock, and the vegetables will be prominent there, and that's going to be on the bottom of our dish. Very nice. And the balsamic, producing nicely. Love that smell. You guys get that smell over there? It's delicious. If we had smell-o-vision, that'd be nice. Nice little touch. So I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of honey to this lemon juice. Just whisk it all together. This is a very simple dressing, but there's a lot of flavors going on. A pinch of salt and pepper. Very good. And we're going to set this dressing aside. We won't need that until towards the end. All right. So we're going to let that quinoa simmer. That's going to be there all for most of our show, cooking up nicely as we get that going. And the balsamic reduction is getting close. All right, so now we're going to start to make our salad. So what I have here is we're going to make a kale slaw. You know, a lot of people think of slaw, they think it needs to be with cabbage. You really can make slaw with anything. It's really about the cut. So we're going to fine shave all this cabbage. The kale. Try to get rid of the stalk, as little bit of stalk as possible. In fact, best way to clean them, grab it, pull it down, get rid of it right away. That way you don't have to worry about it in the dish. It's not that great when it's raw. It's not that great. It's very crunchy, almost like a piece of wood. So if you can pull that kale off, get rid of the stalk, and get all leaf. That's what we're going for. So for our purposes, this should be plenty of kale. It's just a few leaves. And this is going to sit nice on the plate on top of our salmon in the end. So again, very simple. We're going to take our grapefruit here. We're going to cut it in half, and we're going to reserve half for garnish in the end. So we're going to put some of that back. What I'm going to do here is just peel this whole thing right down to the grapefruit. Notice I'm always cutting away from myself. You definitely don't want that knife coming at you. Alright. I'm going to pause for this because it looks like our balsamic reduction is in a beautiful spot. I'm just going to pour this out. That is going to be fantastic in the end. That's beautiful, nice and thick. Stop that beeping. Okay, back to the salad. So we have the grapefruit pieces. Again, I'm just going to cut this in half. Make sure we remove as many seeds as we can. I'm going to try to cut around this center piece here so we don't get any of that in the salad. And this part here, doesn't matter what the shape of the grapefruit is, it's going to get tossed in with the kale. I do like to try to cut on the segmented lines that grapefruit naturally has. there. Same thing. Just cutting around that center. Very nice. Clean my board real quick. We're going to go right to the avocado next. Okay, so again with the avocado, we're going to do the great way to open the avocado. I think we've done this in another show. Just go right around the center of it, around the core. Slight little twist, separates it beautifully. I don't recommend this part, but it's the best way to get out the core is to cut the knife, again in a little half twist, and that cleans out the core and leaves a nice center. So the way I like to cut out my avocados, I have my own unique method. I'm sure everybody does. I like to make little stripes here. Again, I like to go for uniformity. So the best way to do it is to have nice clean cuts, and this will come out in nice pieces, all the same size, all roughly the same cut. I'm going to add those to the salad. Quinoa is coming along nicely. Coming very nice. As you can see, you got a nice color in there between the carrot, the onion, and the quinoa. It's looking good. We're going to get set up for our next stage, which is we're going to grill the salmon. Very simple process here with our convection cooktop, induction cooktop. This will be hot in just a few moments. So again, we have our salad ready. We have our dressing ready. 2/3 of the way done. Waiting for our quinoa, and we're going to cook up our salmon. This place is going to start smelling delicious. Again, we're going to reserve our second half of the avocado for garnish later on. So for the salmon, just going to do a light little oil on it. Massage that in. A little balsamic vinegar. Massage that in, get it on both sides. Beautiful little salt and pepper. Fantastic. Oh, that pan's getting hot. Looking good. Okay. That's going to be a few minutes of the grilling there. Quinoa is looking good. That's going to be the base for our plate. Okay. All right. So, again, for the salad, I missed one piece. We have these beautiful dried cranberries. We're going to add to it as well. Just about 2 tablespoons worth. You can see you got a lot of nice colors. Again, always fresh. Nice fresh vegetables. This is going to be our slaw on top. All right. I'm going to now add the dressing, and I'm going to reserve just a little bit of the dressing. Pour that right on top. Reserve just like a teaspoon there. And top that off. Toss that nicely. Very good. All right. So we're in a good spot here. See, the quinoa is coming up nicely. And we're going to flip that salmon over. even the skin behind. Beautiful. Okay, so as you can see here, our salmon is beautifully cooked, looking ready to be plated. Quinoa is just finishing up, and we can definitely get that ready. And the last bit of this process is the plating and garnish. So let's start with the quinoa here. I'm going to just put a little bed of the quinoa on the middle of the plate. Very nice. Stop that. Okay. Take one of our pieces of salmon, very nice. Drape that right on top. Very good. We have our avocado, grapefruit, dried cranberries, and kale slaw. Just put a little of that right on the top. Now, as I always like to make things pretty, we're going to do some garnish on it. And for the garnish, we're going to use some red onion ring, some of the leftover guacamole, avocado, and the grapefruit. So I'm just going to do a few little rings here. Nice little touch. Take the same with the grapefruit. Ring. Thin sliced ring. I'm going to take that skin off. Off. Very nice. And the last bit is the avocado. Slice this into nice wedges. Pull that right out. Beautiful. All right. So there we have it. Underneath all this goodness is a beautiful piece of grilled salmon. So this right here is our grilled salmon. Ooh, I forgot the most important part, the balsamic reduction. I'm going to just drizzle that over the whole plate. Very nice. Okay, so there it is. Got the grilled salmon with a balsamic reduction over a bed of quinoa pilaf, topped with a grapefruit, avocado, and kale slaw. Looks good enough to eat. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on another Let's Cook with Mike episode. We'll see you again back here in Studio K next time. Enjoy.